CRMs for B2B sales, best practices for use. From we have a CRM to we run revenue in the CRM. Most B2B teams can say they use a CRM, but far fewer can say their SDRs, AEs, and managers actually run the entire outbound motion inside it. When the CRM becomes Friday cleanup, you end up forecasting from side spreadsheets, losing handoff context, and debating the accuracy of pipeline reports instead of improving them. That gap is where revenue quietly leaks. The stakes are real because CRM impact is well documented. Companies report an average 29% increase in sales revenue and a 34% boost in sales productivity after implementing a CRM. Even more compelling, many businesses see about $8.71 returned for every $1 invested, which is why CRM is often one of the highest ROI tools in the sales stack. In this guide, we'll focus on practical CRM best practices for B2B teams who care about net new pipeline, structuring the system around real sales plays, keeping data clean without creating data entry reps, and building manager workflows that make adoption inevitable. Whether you run an in-house SDR team or partner with a sales development agency, the goal is the same. Make the CRM the place where work happens and where revenue becomes predictable. Why CRM discipline wins in modern B2B sales. CRM isn't optional anymore. It's table stakes. Roughly 91% of companies with 10+ employees use a CRM, which means most prospects you sell to already expect structured interactions and logged follow-ups. If your team can't see the full relationship history, you're slower to respond and easier to beat. The competitive gap shows up in outcomes. Businesses that use a CRM are 86% more likely to exceed sales goals than those that don't. But the advantage only appears when the CRM is used consistently, not when it's treated as a glorified Rolodex. For outbound-heavy teams especially, your CRM needs to orchestrate targeting, sequencing, handoffs, and measurement in one system of record. This is why a disciplined CRM matters for any outbound sales agency motion. Whether you're running cold calling services internally, building a cold email agency-style sequence program, or coordinating multi-channel outreach that includes LinkedIn outreach services. If activity and outcomes don't write back cleanly to the CRM, attribution breaks, coaching becomes anecdotal, and pipeline reviews turn into debates instead of decisions. Design the CRM around your sales plays, not the other way around. Most CRM failures start before anyone creates a field. The fix is simple. Map your core sales plays first, your target personas, triggers, touch patterns, and qualification criteria. Then configure CRM stages and required fields to reflect those plays. When every activity and status indicates where the buyer is and what happens next, the system becomes a workflow engine instead of a database. The fastest way to destroy trust is letting every manager and rep create their own stages and fields. That Frankenstein CRM makes reporting meaningless because qualified means something different in every territory, and leaders stop believing dashboards. Strong governance solves this. Define global stage definitions, lock down required fields, and route changes through a single RevOps owner who validates real business value. Keep your first version lean. Overcomplicating the setup on day one is how teams end up with dozens of unused fields, poor adoption, and stalled rollouts, especially when combined with tool sprawl from dialers, sequencers, and enrichment platforms. Start with your top 2 or 3 motions. For many teams, that's net new outbound plus an inbound fast track. Then iterate monthly based on usage data and rep feedback. Operationalizing adoption. Make working in CRM the path of least resistance. Adoption doesn't come from reminders. It comes from friction removal. A well-run CRM setup gives each role a clear daily workflow. SDRs start from prioritized task views, AEs manage opportunities with explicit next steps, and managers run pipeline reviews directly from dashboards. When the CRM is the easiest place to work, it stops feeling like admin and starts feeling like leverage. Automation is the multiplier. If a task is rules-based, logging calls, syncing emails, creating follow-up tasks, updating statuses on replies, it should be automated through the CRM or tightly integrated tools. Done right, CRMs can save reps roughly 5 to 10 hours a week by centralizing data and eliminating repeat entry, which directly translates to more live conversations for your cold calling team and more personalization time for outbound. Keep the frontline involved so the system matches reality. A lightweight CRM council with your best SDRs, AEs, and RevOps can review what's working, remove unused fields, and refine dispositions and stage exit criteria. This is especially important if you use sales outsourcing or an outsourced sales team because partners need the same clear rules of engagement to keep records clean and comparable across internal and external reps. If it's not in the CRM, it didn't happen. Daily best practices for SDRs, AEs, and managers. For SDRs, the CRM should be home base for outbound execution, not a reporting sink. The right setup includes CRM-driven queues, standardized dispositions, and automated activity logging, so outreach is captured without extra clicks. This matters whether you run B2B cold calling services in-house or through a B2B sales agency, because consistent activity data is what lets you debug messaging, lists, and talk tracks quickly. For AEs, the CRM is forecasting truth. Opportunities should be updated in real time after meaningful meetings with a single explicit next step, a dated follow-up, and the relevant stakeholders attached, so multi-threading is visible to leadership. When AEs treat the CRM like the deal room, risks, competitors, and decision process included, pipeline reviews become coaching sessions instead of status theater. For managers, inspection is what creates adoption. Run every pipeline review from CRM dashboards, spot stalled deals using last activity and next step fields, and hold the line that invisible in CRM means invisible to forecast. The moment leadership accepts side channel updates, reps learn the CRM is optional. Data hygiene and integrations, the difference between signal and noise. Data quality is where most systems quietly break. Only 32% of companies report having a single view of customer information in their CRM, even though the vast majority say it would be valuable. That gap is why handoffs between SDR, AE, and CS often feel like starting from scratch. If your CRM can't tell a coherent story across the account timeline, your outbound motion slows down and personalization suffers. Integration and adoption are the usual culprits, not the software itself. Estimates suggest 20 to 70% of CRM projects fail, commonly due to low adoption, complexity, and poor integration choices that force manual work. The fix is operational. Define record ownership, schedule a recurring hygiene hour, dedupe aggressively, and use enrichment so reps aren't hunting for basic fields before they make a call. Tooling decisions matter most when you're running multi-channel outbound. If your dialer and sequencer aren't writing back to the right objects, you lose attribution and coaching context, especially in programs that combine telemarketing-style call blocks with cold email agency sequencing. Choose tools with native CRM integrations, test sync end-to-end before rollout, and standardize tags so an outsourced B2B sales program doesn't create duplicates or break reporting. Reporting that improves your ICP, messaging, and pipeline predictability. A CRM becomes a revenue engine when reporting changes decisions. Instead of obsessing over vanity activity counts, focus on a small set of metrics that connect inputs to outcomes. Meetings booked, meetings to opportunity conversion, stage conversion rates, and sales cycle length. When those are stable and trusted, leaders can forecast with confidence and coach towards specific bottlenecks. Use CRM data to tune your ICP and messaging. Analyze which industries, company sizes, titles, and triggers move from meeting to opportunity to closed won. Then feed that back into your list-building services and outbound playbooks. This is how high-performing SDR agencies keep improving. They don't just do more outreach. They concentrate effort where conversion proves there's buyer pull. Many organizations struggle here because plays aren't operationalized in the tech. Bain reports about 70% of companies struggle to effectively integrate sales plays into their CRM and revenue technologies, and only around 20% realize full value from those tools. The practical solution is to treat play execution as a first-class workflow inside the CRM. Clear stage exits, standardized fields, and dashboards that force clarity in every pipeline meeting. Next steps. Build a CRM operating system and scale it. If you want the CRM to stay clean 6 months from now, you need an operating system, not a one-time setup. That includes governance for new fields, a monthly iteration cadence, a weekly hygiene ritual, and manager-led inspection that keeps definitions consistent across teams. Over time, this is what turns CRM from tool into process. AI and automation should be used to remove grunt work and surface patterns, not replace judgment. The best teams automate what's repeatable, logging, routing, follow-ups, then reinvest the time into research, personalization, discovery, and negotiation. Practically, that's how you protect selling time while improving the quality of your pipeline data. If you don't have the bandwidth to operationalize all of this internally, partnering can be the fastest route to consistency, especially for outbound. At SalesHive, we've booked over 100,000 meetings for 1,500 plus B2B clients since 2016, and plug directly into client CRMs with standardized fields, dispositions, and workflows. Whether you think of us as a cold calling agency, an outbound sales agency, or a full sales outsourcing partner, the standard we aim for is simple. Your CRM reflects reality every day, and leadership can run the business from it.